Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of out, but we haven't seen it yet. The movie The Master, a drama film written, directed, and co-produced by Paul Thomas Anderson, was given the green light in May of 2011. The Age of Enlightenment. Be prepared to be manipulated with disinformation. Check this out. $35 million, man. That's what the cost is, or estimated cost to make this movie, right? 35 million. Whatever, I can't find it. It's on there. There it is. Gosh, just imagine. Imagine if you and I had $35 million. What we could do with $35 million. We could make a movie. We could make a movie and we'd call it, What Happens When You Die? The only difference is, would we put hype into it and disinformation? Would we try to manipulate humanity into believing some really weird doctrine? Or would we just simply state it the way it is? Um, I've got an answer to what happens when you die. My answer is when you die, nothing happens to you. You simply cease to think. So if you were to assume that, okay, when you die, 50 years later, you're resurrected and they put you on a firing squad, or 100 years later, you're brought before the white throne of judgment, or when you die, you transcend to some other planet, and you become some new formed being. In any case, you run along and you get run over by a trash truck, and you're
Holy slapping up! The truck hardly even moved.
you're gone, and it's like bink. The next second, if you ever have cognizance again, if you can think again, if you have recollections or thought processes that connect you to the life you had before you died, it's a split second. It's like if I died and 2,000 years went by, I'm running along and all of a sudden I get hit by a trash truck. 2,000 years go by that fast. Because I all of a sudden I wake up and I go, whoa, what the? And I look around and that's it. There's nothing in between death and life. So I guess it's going to have to be an unanswered question. If we got $35 million, what happens when you die? You're dead. You're not anywhere. You're not in existence. You have been disassembled. It's like, what happens to a car when you take it all apart? Well, it ceases to be a car, and it's just a bunch of parts. So, what happens to the soul when you disassemble it? Well, let's reverse engineer it and say, how do you assemble it? And basically, you take the dust from the ground, you form a man out of it, like at the wax museum or something, and then God breathes into it the breath of life, and it becomes a living soul. That's the assembly line for Adam. So, if I take away the breath of life, it's no longer a living soul, because there's just like it might as well be from the wax museum. So I'm kind of like pretty logical from that point of view. I think along the same lines as a twisted atheist, because if you disassemble a man, he's no longer a man, and the soul is no longer alive, therefore it's a dead soul. And a dead soul is different than a live soul. It exists nowhere. I mean, this disassembled car is not the same thing as a dead car. A dead car is at the junkyard. It's still a car. But a disassembled car, you can find it at auto parts. I don't know. You got $35 million, let's make a movie. How about that?